What's up, everybody? Come on in here. Let's talk. I usually do open discussions on Mondays, but I haven't done it in a while. But I figure like this, man. It's raining outside. Um, Took a break from selling insurance today, so thought I'd at least talk about something of interest. And today it's the Brittney Griner story, which has been polluting the airways, for lack of better words. uh, the YouTube world, the Facebook world, the Instagram, just all the platforms they've been covering this particular story. And I would like for you all to weigh in on it as we talk on this droomy Saturday morning down here in Jigga City. Y'all know about Jigga City, Baton Rouge. So y'all come on here and we'll talk. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really been following it too closely, but I said, well, let me see if I can, drum up some interest on my channel and talk to my audience and see what they talk about. Because like I said, I always do programs about visually impaired, but open discussion has always been a topic that I've always been touching upon. So I just haven't been doing it in a while because it takes so much time to put together, and I have other things, but it's still here. So we're gonna talk about the Griner story, um, and also U.S. has proposed a deal that will probably shock some of y'all. So, and I just want to say that this is just an opinion of some sorts. It's not factual in terms of what I feel, but I feel a certain way, and I'm quite sure you do too. So, and if you want to come in and talk, you're welcome to do so. I'll put the link in the description. So, trying to wait till some people get in this bad boy. That's right. We're going to be talking open discussion today. The What's your opinion about Brittney Griner? And the U.S. has proposed a deal. My name is Anthony Parker. For those who may be joining me later on and see this live later on, founder of Third Eye Visions, where the motto is, "Will we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind." Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the videos. If, as I mentioned, if you don't like it, maybe somebody else will like it. So let someone else partake in this as well. But I've been on the scene for a long time, covering all sorts of topics and whatnot. Just haven't been going live too often and whatnot, and that could be the reason why some of these people are not on here. But anyway, we're gonna talk anyway, as if y'all are there. Um, I did some homework and found out a little bit about Brittney Griner. She's an African American WNBA All Star, and her number was number 42. She played overseas from ever since 2014, making over $1 million per season, much more than what she was making when she was playing in the NBA here. She uh, she is 31 years old, and then she is a two-time Olympic champion. She played for the I think it was called the UMMC, which is a team in Russia during the off season. She also played for the Phoenix Mercury for some time. She also played college ball and get this connection with LSU for Kim Mulkey, who was the coach at the time. Now she is the coach for LSU. But Kim Mulkey was coach of the Baylor Bears when Brittany played. She led the Bears to the national championship during her junior season, and she was the number one pick in the draft in 2013 and won an NBA championship in 2014. Let me take a sip of this coffee. So, very talented individual. I think she also led the block shots category as well. So She led the Phoenix NBA WNBA team to a championship in 2014. After that, she came out as gay, which may or may not have anything to do with whatever, but it's just a brief history of those who don't know. And she later became engaged to Tulsa forward Glory Johnson in her second season. She later then was uh ended up moving to Russia after an annulment. She got an annulment, and I ain't gonna go too much into detail as the reason why she got an annulment. And from then on, she went to live in Russia. Fast forward in February, she had or is detained in Russia. She was detained in Russia's airport for carrying illegal cartridges of hashish oil in her luggage. Now, this is a little side note. Marijuana is illegal both for medicinal and recreational usage in Russia. But she pled guilty, and she stated that she didn't know how the cartridges got there and wasn't trying to, break any type of law. But again, she pled guilty, and she does in the U.S. have a prescription for marijuana for chronic pain, which is what most NBA players uh, sometimes get. And here's the deal. Again, she doesn't know how it got there. If you go into another country, a place where you are unfamiliar of their laws, it would appear that you would at least do some type of research to find out, what the laws are, what they can do, and what can. I know I do a lot of accent, man. For like, if I go somewhere, man, or if I go visit, I do a little research on my own. So, with that being said, I don't think that that's any excuse. Man, damn, this cough is good. That's not any excuse. So, but she said she wasn't intentionally trying to break any law. uh, U.S. officials claim that she has been wrongfully accused and is being used as a political pawn. Now, fast forward, she is now being sentenced. She has now been sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison. The U.S. is urging Russia to accept its proposal. And that's what I'm talking about, which is the swap for Brittney Griner and a former Marine by the name of, what is this guy's name? Paul Wheatling for a notorious. Now they want to swap for a notorious arms dealer named Bictor Bout or Bictor Bout. However, the talks are in session as we speak. I said when they want to swap her for a notorious arms dealer named Victor Bout, Bout. I wanted to find out who Victor was. So I did some research and I found out he was born in 1967. Just a little brief history about her. He's an ex-military intelligence officer. He was known for selling rifles, amongst other things, to Africa during the Civil War in the 90s. Um, not only was he selling, not only was he selling to one side, but he was selling to both sides. So he was very important individual, in that he was making a great deal of money. He became a millionaire by the age of 30 because he was known for supplying landmines, rifles, etc. And he also became a major target of U.S. and British intelligence services. His nickname is known as the Merchant of Death because he was supplying all kinds of equipment to individuals. Now, they want to swap this individual, Victor Bout, for Brittney and Paul Wheeling. What y'all think about that? First of all, I've listened to a lot of individuals on YouTube, and they have varying opinions. One individual who's a well-known artist stating that she's been framed because she's a black person. And I really don't like when people always jump on this black situation, because you have to sometimes take things into your own hand and realize that sometimes you have to take responsibility for things that you do. However, this other gentleman who I ran across on YouTube, he states that hey, she was he has some harsh words for her, but he feels otherwise. He's like, man, look, let her stay in prison. She did the crime, she did the time. He claimed that at some point she didn't stand up for the American anthem and this and that and third, but he was just bringing out a lot of points that would support his theory as to why he feels that she should, and everybody has their own opinion and whatnot. Uh, but the main fact thing was some of the stuff that he was saying I kind of agree with, simply because there is no such thing as you don't know when you do certain things. You cannot plead ignorance or not knowing whenever you commit certain crimes, and it just goes back to what I've said, that you are a well-known figure. You should have some type of understanding or some type of briefing of the things that not that you should or could do in various countries. I mean, that's just. And then when you claim that you don't know how the cartridges got there, that's just threw me for another loop. So with that being said, I mean, I don't know. I think that in this instance, Russia has uh, at least. I think that they're trying to use her as a political pawn for whatever situation is going on, because right now there is a war going on, and right now, as far as the United States, we have cut off several ties, several situations to Russia. We cut ties with them, so they probably can, because they gave her 9 years. They probably can and figure that they can use her as some type of pawn. That's my opinion. I really do think that they are doing that. What say you, fellas and fellowettes? What you think? Yes, that's true too. But let's talk, Kathy. Talk about the fact that she said that she didn't know how the cartridges got there and all this other stuff. And I don't know if she's trying to play ignorance to the law or what have you. But damn, if I'm going on a vacation or going somewhere, and that's me, I'm gonna check my luggage and see what I got, and I'm gonna do some research, because now, I mean, just because you have a prescription for marijuana in the United States, do you really think that this is gonna, that over in Russia that there is and she was over there for some time, so I don't know if she's been traveling back and forth. But do you think that that law exists as well, in other countries? My thing is, just do your research. The more you know, the better off you will be in terms of the decision that you make. Now, I'm not gonna say because she's black, free her. I'm not. I mean, if you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right. I'm gonna stand up for you. But that's something. According to one of the well-known individuals, that's the first thing they yell without any sense of. I mean, just understanding and take a step back. I mean, if if she did something wrong, you know, I feel that, hey, she should be, there should be some type of negotiations to try to bring her home. But if not, I mean, you do the crime, you have to you do the time. Why should you? And that's the situation with most people in reality today. Most of entertainers, and I'm not saying that she is the one, but I'm just speaking without. I don't want to keep making any type of concessions, but they are expecting slaps on the wrist for certain things that we as normal citizens would normally get penalized for. So let's say you, Miss Kathy. Good coffee. Go ahead. Yeah, I believe that I now we do agree that Russia may be using it as a political pawn, considering what's going on right now. But there are a lot of individuals. I understand that the women NBA players, they're not making as much money as the males, but also I do hear about a lot of even male athletes go across uh, to other countries to play ball. So I don't know if this may be, and this is my opinion. I don't know if this may be the catalyst for her to go to play for Russia, because what happened was she was in a relationship with her then uh, wife, and they ended up getting an annulment because of a situation that occurred with some kids and what have you. So anyway, she ended up going to play for she ended up going to play football, I mean basketball with my son just came up here for Russia. So I don't know if that, sometimes when people go through certain situations, they may say, look, I want to get away, XYZ, and try to get a new start. So that could have been a situation where she would just want to get away from that situation. So I don't know if money was an issue. What say you? I agree with that. She said, since the medicine was prescribed for pain, sometimes you pack it with your medicine, and it is, sometimes you just forget. So yeah, that's up for this. That's up for debate, because people may say, well, that's the case, or people may say, well, it was not intentionally. But I would believe that what you stated, that hey, that could be the case. So let's just give her the benefit of doubt. But the thing of it is, we aren't aware, we don't know. So but that information that you put out there, it does make sense that that could happen. So but it goes all back to what I was stating, that I really think that Russia figured, oh, we got somebody right now, so we're gonna use her for leverage. But they want to they I don't see how or why the United States would offer a notorious weapons supplier. His name is Victor Bout, or B Boots, whatever. That's the trade off. They want to trade him for a man by the name of, he's an ex Marine, by the name of Paul Wheeling, and Brittney Griner, for this notorious individual. And this guy, as I mentioned, will be joining me now. He was known for supplying weapons and had became a millionaire doing so. He was a military communications agent, and he was from Russia. So he was living in Africa for 5 years, and during the time of the Civil War, he supplied both sides. It's not funny, but that's how he had become rich, along with other uh, situations. Hey, Maria, how you doing? We're talking about Brittney Griner, the basketball player, who she played for the Phoenix Suns and led them to a championship in 2013. She was the number one pick in the draft to go to the Phoenix, the Phoenix. I'll just say Phoenix football team. I mean basketball team. Let me see. Anyway, she went to, and also she led them into a championship. She ended up going to being in prison because she carried a cartridge of some hashish, which she had prescription for in the United States, but she forgot to at least to unpack it or whatever, and she ended up getting caught at the airport, uh, and they ended up giving her 9 years for the Phoenix Mercury. They ended up giving her 9 years, and now U.S. is trying to get her, as well as an ex-marine by the name of Paul Wheatling, back home. And they proposed a deal in that they would exchange those two individuals for a notorious weapons trade dealer in the name of Bictor Bout, Bout. Um, Talks are now in session and whatnot. So, what's up? Well, y'all have y'all want to weigh in on this particular topic? Right, and that's why I figure that Putin, great comments, Miss Kathy, is definitely using her for. I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna serve the 9 years. To be honest with you. I think, and I really do think that the prison sentence that they had given her was harsh enough to make the United States want to try to kind of like put some pressure on them, desperately make some type of deal. And I don't know. Hopefully that they would, make the deal and bring them home as everyone wants her to do so. Because, like I said, we don't know the situation. We will never know. But you know, as I mentioned, talks are still in session in terms of what direction they're going to go. So this should be a lesson to a lot of individuals, man. Whether you go to other countries, or whether you go to other cities, or go to other states, there are different laws that vary from state to state, city to city, things like that. So it's best to kind of like do your homework, especially. When you're out and riding about, things don't apply. They don't apply across the board. So it's best to do your due diligence, do your homework, so that you can find out what goes on in this place, that place, and what I mean, and that will clear you up of any wrongdoings and whatnot. So, like I said, we're speaking about the Brittney Griner situation. Louisiana, I mean, United States has proposed a deal in terms of trying to switch or swap her and an ex-marine by the name of Paul Whelan, who I've never heard of until now, for a known notorious weapons dealer. Yeah, that's what everyone has. That's what You're right, Miss Kathy. Across the YouTube channels that I checked out from different podcasts, they both stated that they've all stated that this was a very harsh deal. I agree too, but this could be just a smoke screen in order for Russia to get what they want, really. And I mean, the bad thing about it is she doesn't know. She doesn't know. I don't know if she knows, but I don't know how frequent or how fluent she is with the Russian language or anything like that. So it could be a very tumultuous time for her because she can't speak the language, and it's, I don't know if they provided her any type of interpreter or whatever the case may be. But man, it's just this goes to show you just got to do your homework and learn about these different laws, honestly, and don't just because I really would like to go to Africa one day, but I definitely would do my research, find out where I can go, what's the best place. That's just like, and I'm not trying to get off the subject because, but it does apply. It's like going to California and you going to Compton, not knowing who, what streets to go in Compton, or going to the worst parts of Baton Rouge, not know if you're a stranger, you just going there. What from listening and speaking with individuals what not to do. And I'm not saying that, and it goes back to what Miss Kathy has said, that she made a valid point. But let's just play both sides. Just say, for instance, I don't know if she was trying to do it, but it would seem like if she packed it and just basically forgot about it. But just still in all, in order to combat all this, and not being involved in something like this, learn the language or learn the laws, or get with somebody who can teach you and tell you what's the goings on in various parts of the world, so that if you travel there, you know what not to do. And this has happened with someone else. I think he was an entertainer. What's his name? And I think um, then President uh, Trump had gotten him from home. I think his name was ASAP Rocky. No, it was Joe Biden at the time. ASAP Rocky was caught over in Dubai, and I don't know if he got into a fight or what the situation was. I'm thinking it was some type of altercation, and he ended up going to jail. But it took him some time to bring him back. So man, be careful when you travel abroad. That's just a little side note. But the thing of it is, and I hope that she does get home, not because she's black, just if things are, let's just keep things in a fair situation, and not saying, I'm not saying because she's black that they're doing her wrong. Nah, I don't think that. I don't even, I can't speak too much on it because I don't know what the make racial situations are between the Russians and African Americans over there. So I don't know if they like them, dislike them, whatever the case may be. So I can't say. I would just be speaking if I do say that, just me being prejudiced, towards situations and biased toward my race and whatnot. So I'll just keep that out of it, but and just hope that she does, uh, you know, come home safely and back to her lover. That's true. That's right. She Yeah, she was talking. Miss Kathy was talking about the people who meet the individuals on 90 Day Fiance and meet them online and think that whatever culture they have, they can take it over. You have some great points. Great points. Great points, man. Um, Let me see what else. Um, so that's the situation on this Brittany Griner situation. I really thank you, Miss Kathy, for coming on and joining me. You are a precious jewel. I appreciate it. You've been a great supporter for a long time, and I hope that people actually share this video with other individuals. This is called Open Discussion. I usually do it on Mondays. But excuse me, time does not allow me to do so because I'm so busy with so many things. So with that being said, I just wanted to come on Saturday and just chop it up with y'all for a minute and talk about this particular issue because it is very important. It just teaches. This basically should be a teaching moment for individuals, entertainers, people who can afford going to other countries and visiting other countries and what have you. Just learn the customs, learn what not to do, and stay focused. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead on y'all. Stay tuned to other things that I will be presenting, and also go check out the latest video that I posted concerning long distance relationship. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Big shout out to Johnson's Family Vacation. Um, a shout out to George Pierce. Big shout out to I need to find my man's out there in Mexico. Some sensational gent. Got him this time, and all you lovely supporters from Miss Kathy to everyone who shared my videos and things of that nature. With that being said, if you have a story you want to come on and share on Third Eye Visions, you're welcome to do so. I love y'all, man, and I guess that's it.